The data that we now collect from every transaction, from every cell phone, from every bank account, from social media sources, and also the private networks is enormous. It's really enabling populations to do more with the information than has ever before been possible in human history. The larger investors who can afford alternative data have access to information that is just otherwise unavailable to the individual investor. We're now saying that we can collect more information in 1 year than has been collected throughout the entire history of human information sources. Data has always been very important to our understanding of production, productivity, and ultimately to its connection to equity values and/or corporate performance. Those sources oftentimes were earnings calls, they oftentimes were required by an environmental agency or a state agency or a county building agency. All of these sources have been used for decades to better understand how companies are performing and thus where to place my money for the long haul. We're now seeing organizations, trading shops primarily, hedge funds, large institutional investors, using alternative data in an effort to front-run earnings calls and get a better understanding of, say, commodity trading trigger points that will then be published by governments. Alternative data come from many different sources. They can frequently be found in various public sources. They oftentimes will come from cell phone information that are coming in, credit card information that are coming in. There's more recently been the advent of satellites associated with alternative data. In addition, there's private networks for alternative data, and that's actually what my organization and others like us have as far as our networks would go. Spend on alternative data sources has at least quintupled over the past 5 years. We're seeing these investments actually having material paybacks for organizations, and we're also seeing the hedge funds and large trading shops mining sources of information that they've never looked for before, and also facilitating the build-out of proprietary networks. In the event that some piece of information may not be available through credit card receipts or cell phone locations or other sort of traditional alternative data sources, we do see entities, again, building out private networks, and these private networks then can provide insights that are otherwise not available to the general public. Alternative data opportunities continue to grow. They're bounded really only by the ability of humans to figure out how one component can relate to another component.